Father in heaven, thank you for bringing us here. As we prepare for this meeting, we ask that you prepare our hearts and lead us in your wisdom. May we set aside our own agendas and seek what you desire for us to accomplish during this meeting. Please direct our thoughts and guide our discussion. Help us to be attentive and respectful of one another's input and to work as a team. We ask that you grant us clarity of mind and lead us to helpful solutions. In Jesus' name, amen.
Well, presently, this evening as our block and the person is running and this person, engineer Mark and Belanda. I back to the also have a speaker, right? And the person is 25 degrees 026, 25 degrees 070, and 25 degrees 075. We have from the Parent and Science section, Engineer Marcelo Sudica, Engineer Dinamo Dinasa, and Engineer John Stefan. This truly about him, Secretary of the President, the Science. That's all. You So good morning everyone. Today I'm gonna report 25 PP0072. Prepare maintenance of DOJ building Supreme Court, Court of Justice building corrector, so appropriation is 600,000 and approved budget is 600,000 and project duration is 60 calendar days. And the scope of work is repair of HOG, repair of ceiling, fireworks, painting works on masonry, concrete, installation of gutter and flashing, installation of storm drainage and downspout, installation of electrical works. So the provision of field office for the engineer in services, project board, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization and demobilization, removal of structures and obstruction, sealing, fiber cement board and glazed tiles, painting, flashing, gutters, storm, and downspout, access and PPs, wires and wiring devices, breaker, lighting, fixtures, and lamps. So these are the plans for the ceiling plan and the painting. So that's all. Thank you. Thank you. So, question? If not, so we proceed to the next question.
It is 25 City-Claveria-Villanueva Road. Attended ito 600 to 33. Barangay Lunotan, Gingoog City, Misamis Oriental. The next. The provision is 3.714 million. For budget 3.714 million. With a project duration of 216 kilometers equivalent to 7.2 months. So the project cover is the provision of Office of Engineer, Project Billboard, which is 4 now. 4. Functional safety and health, 1 AMSAM. Publication, removal structure, obstruction, embankment, pambaro, well, structural concrete, enforcing steel. So, this is the idea. So, it's done by Joma. So, the Joma and that the Joma. So, next. So, that is the section of the Ganganan. So, we have these minimum equipment requirements, backhoe, dump truck, water truck, ergo service truck, the hammer, pambalik mixer, bar, cutter, backbinder, complete by the cutting equipment. So that's for all.
Thank you. So, do you have any questions? No. None. So, we proceed for the next question.
Good morning, everyone. So for the next project, we have 25KK0056, or the construction of multipurpose building, Gymnasium for Salay Community College, Barangay Poblacion, Salay, Misamis Oriental. The appropriation is 50 million, and the approved budget for the contract is 49,500,000. The duration of the project is 280 calendar days. So this is the site development plan. These are the site photos. And this is the ground floor plan. The second floor plan. These are the perspectives. Next. So the project scope, construction of multipurpose building, Gymnasium for Salay Community College, Barangay Poblacion, Salay, Misamis Oriental, a 45.65 meters by 56.65 meters gymnasium, where the scope consists of the following. So the cutting of trees, demolition of abandoned house, an embankment of 1.5 meters of common soil will be provided by the LGU. And our scope will be consist of the structural components, reinforced concrete footing, columns and beams, slab and field, bleachers, roof trusses and fascia frame, roofing works. So this includes installation of 25 mm thick polyurethane roof liner and other roofing accessories such as gutter flashings and downspout, exterior walls for ground floor and second floor, and plumbing and electrical wrapping-ins. So these are the bill of quantities. We have the provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis, permits and clearances, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, Mobility 3,000 and 4,000 PSI, Class A 28 days, reinforcing steel deform grade 40 and 60, formworks and works, soil poisoning, CHG non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 150 thick, painting works, steel, fabricated metal roofing accessory, gauge 24, 0.701 millimeters gutters, pre-painted metal sheets about 0.427 mm, rib type long span, metal structure accessories, bolts and rods, turnbuckles, tug rods, cross bracing and steel plates, structural steel trusses and purlins, touch bracing, CHB, sewer line works, storm drainage and downspout, cold water lines, and conduits, boxes, and fittings. That would be all, sir.
Thank you, Engineer Carlo. So, any question? Any question? No. So, since we don't have any questions, then we proceed with the checklist of technical and financial documents and other reports. And let's proceed with the 6
Financial documents and other requirements for infrastructure projects. Submission and receipt of bids for technical component and budget. Class A, legal documents. A, valid project registration certificate with platinum membership. All pages in accordance with section 8.5.2 of the IRR. Project certificate of registration and membership. All bidders shall upload and maintain in villages a current and updated file of the following Class A eligibility documents under sections 23.18 and 24.12. 1. Registration certificate. 2. Mayor's business permit or its equivalent document. 3. Tax clearance. 4. Legal license and registration. And 5. Audited financial statements or AFS. Note that section 8.5.2 of the IRR states that for the purpose of updating the certificate of registration and membership, all Class A eligibility documents mentioned in this section supporting the veracity, authenticity, and validity of the certificate shall remain current and updated. The failure of the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. Technical documents. B. Statement of the prospective bidder and all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. And C. Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules. And D. Special control license in case of joint ventures and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. And B. Original copy of bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. Single largest completed contract, or SLCC. The SLCC completed should be similar to the contract or has the same major categories of work. The SLCC's value should be at least 50% of the ABC to be bid upon adjustment of current prices using the PSA Consumer Price Index. Contractors and the cost of the product to bid is not more than the allowable range of contract cost or ARCC of the registration. Bid security. Purpose. To guarantee that the successful bidder shall, within 10 calendar days from receipt of the notice of award, enter into contract with the PE and furnish the performance security required. Form of bid security. A. Cash or cashier's manager's check. Amount 2% of ABC. B. Bank guarantee or draft. or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank. Amount 2% of ABC. C. Surety bond callable upon demand, accompanied by certification from insurance commission. Amount 5% of gains. D. Bid securing declaration. Amount no percentage required. Only one form of bid security is required to be submitted. Bidders have the option to choose the preferred form of bid security. F. Project requirements, which shall include the following: A. Organizational check for the contract to be bid. B. List of contractors' key personnel, such as the project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, foreman, safety officer, and health personnel or first aid will be assigned to the contracting bid with their complete qualification and experience data. C. List of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability from the equipment director or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. Contractors' key personnel. The key personnel should meet the only number of years work experience. Experience means total useful work experience of any nature in construction and engineering consultancy service, including the tax identification number or TIN personnel. Compliance to DEO 98 series of 2016 revised guidelines on the accreditation of contractors or consultants, materials engineer, and include the contract number as materials engineer. Compliance to DO 148 series of 2019 guidelines in the application and assignment of contractors on the project the bidder shall submit a certification that one, the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract. And two, he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office pursuant to the Department Order Number 9, Series 2012. The proposed key personnel and replacement must be used in the document. The key personnel are the following: one project manager with 5 years of general experience and 5 years of relevant experience. Note that a valid and updated government issued ID with three signatures should be attached. Is certified company with 5 years of general experience, 3 years of relevant experience, and is a DPWH accredited project engineer. Note that a valid and updated PRC license ID and project engineer certificate with 3 signatures should be attached. The third key person is one materials engineer with 5 years of general experience. 3 years of relevant experience. Note that a valid and updated PRC license ID and materials engineer certificate with 3 signatures should be attached. The fourth key person is one form with 5 years of general experience and 3 years of relevant experience. Note that a valid and updated government issued ID will be signatures. The key person is one safety officer with 5 years of general experience and 3 years of relevant experience. Note that a certificate of training issued by DOLE and a valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures. The last key person is one full-time health person. Note that a certificate of training and a valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached. All in all, there should be 6 total number of personnel. Other personnel, such as the mason, steelman, carpenter, painter, builder, plumber, or electrician, should be included or reflected in the organizational chart. Contractors' major equipment units. The contractor is required to provide proofs of ownership and other supporting documents for equipment owned, lease agreements for equipment lease, and or under lease agreements, supported by certificate of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project. Proofs of ownership and other supporting documents for equipment pledge must specify and indicate the model or year, capacity requirements or size, plate number, bar number, or body year, chassis serial number, engine serial number, specific location and condition for Department Order 58 Series 2012. Contractors' minimum materials testing equipment. Please refer to DO number 11 Series of 2017 for the minimum material testing equipment. DPWH Procurement Manual Volume 2 Infrastructure Main Guidelines specifically requires the submission of the materials testing equipment as stated in clause 5.6.2.3 technical proposal and clause 5.6.2.8.4.c project requirements using form DPWH INFR 15. List of contractors, major construction, and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certifications of availability. G. Original duly signed omnibus loan statement or OSS, and if applicable, original notarized secretarial certificate in case of corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and new acts to represent the entities. Financial documents. H. The respective bidders' publication of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC. As we are, if applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement or JVA in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRA in case the joint venture is already in existence or duly notarized statement from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. For the financial component envelope, J. Original of duly signed and accomplished financial report and other documentary requirements under RA number 9184. A. Original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities. L. Duly accomplished detailed estimates form, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in come up with it, and then cash flow by quarter. Detailed estimates. According to DEO 197, series of 2016, the following items shall not be subjected to OCN and profit report. 1. Mobilization and demobilization. 2. Provision of service vehicle. 3. Permits and releases. According to DEO 197, series of 2016, the following non-civil works items shall not be subjected to OCN markup: the field laboratory office and living quarters with rental leases, furnishing of furnitures, lab equipment, survey equipment and consumables, assistance to the engineers, photographs, health and safety, traffic management, environmental compliance, communication equipment, etc. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. The address for receipt of bids submitted manually is back from First Room, 3rd floor, DPWH North Bay, Barangay 26, Gingoog City, Misamis Oriental. For electronic submission, electronic bids _Misamis Oriental 1 at DPWH.org.ph. Bid evaluation. The financial component of the bids of each past bidder shall be evaluated using non-discretionary criteria, including arithmetical corrections for computational errors, and thus determine the correct total calculated bid prices. The VAT shall automatically disqualify any total calculated bid price which exceeds the ABC. The following factors are to be considered in the evaluation of the bid prices. 1. Completeness. No price in required item, non-compliant, indicating a 0 or a dash, to the GOP. All prices are deemed to include all taxes. Bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including where applicable DO2, shall be considered non-responsive. Arithmetical corrections. Bid prices in figures versus words. Words prevails. Total price versus unit price per item. Unit price per item prevails. Total price versus actual sum of component items. Actual sum prevails. Unit cost in detailed estimate versus unit cost in DO2. DO2 prevails. Post qualification. Verification of legal requirements. Licenses, certificates, permits, non-inclusion and blacklist. Verification of technical requirements. Key personnel where minimum work experience requirements should be satisfied. availability and commitment of major construction equipment and materials or laboratory equipment, performance in ongoing government and private contracts, negative seepage of at least 15% in any project, or negative seepage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more projects. Failure of the contractor to commence repairs on ongoing contracts within 7 calendar days and to complete them within 30 calendar days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance within 30 calendar days and complete them within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures. Verification of technical requirements, substandard quality of work as per contract terms and specifications, or unsatisfactory performance with contractor's obligations as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. Verification of financial requirements, bid as proposal, and NFCT. Contract award. The contract shall be awarded to the bidder whose bid has been determined to be the lowest calculated and responsive bid, or LCRB, as a result of the detailed evaluation and post-qualification conducted. The successful bidder shall be notified through the issuance of notice of award within the bid validity period and must be confirmed by the successful bidder in writing within 10 days upon receipt thereof, in accordance with section 37.2.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. Common reasons for rejection of bids, ineligibility, and post-disqualification of bid. 1. Failure to submit original copy of the surety bond certified by the Issuance Commission indicating the name of project, the procuring entity, and name of contractor. 2. Shorter bid validity and bid security validity period. 3. Overlapping of pledge agreement and committed key technical personnel. 4. Failure to indicate the validity of bid in the bid form. 5. Late submission of bids. 6. Failure to submit supporting documents, such as the certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the contract, if equipment pledge is to be leased or purchased. 7. Negative slippage in the ongoing projects, negative 15% or more, or negative 10 in each of the 2 or more ongoing projects. 8. Unsatisfactory CTES rating. 9. Incomplete pages of bid documents. 10. Authority of the signatory to sign on behalf of the bidder. Single proprietor. Signatory should be the owner of proprietor owned corporation or cooperative, board secretary certificate, and board resolution. Joint venture. Joint venture resolution agreement. Partnership. As indicated in the articles of partnership. That is all. Thank you.
Strike policy European that contracts for infrastructure works, goods, and consulting services as per Department Order number 17 series of 2015. Pre-strike 69.1. In addition to the provisions of rules 21 and 22 of this IRR, the whole subject to the authority delegated to the BAC, if any, shall impose on bidders or prospective bidders the administrative penalty of suspension for 1 year for the first offense and suspension of 2 years for the second offense from participating in the competitive bidding process, as well as disqualification from further participating in the competitive bidding being undertaken to the procuring entity concerned, were applicable for the following violations. All other acts that tend to defeat the purpose of competitive bidding, such as habitually withdrawing from bidding, submitting late bids, or patently insufficient bid for at least 3 times within a year except for valid reasons. Strikes violation. 1. A bidder that had purchased bidding documents but subsequently withdrawn from the bidding or submitted a letter of non-participation or did not submit a bid without a valid cause as determined by the Bids and Awards Committee concerned. A bidder submitting insufficient, defective documents such as insufficient bid securities and other deficiencies. A bidder submitting a late bid without a valid cause as determined by the BAC concerned. Other acts that tend to defeat the purpose of bidding, public bidding, as determined by the concerned BAC, provided that these acts have been indicated or discussed in the instructions to bidders, bid bulletins, notices, minutes of pre-bid conference, or other similar instruments. Strikes violations. A bidder that had purchased bidding documents that subsequently withdrawn from the bidding or submitted a letter of non-participation or did not submit a bid without a valid cause as determined by the bids and awards committee concerned. Valid reasons. Upon computation, its price bid was determined to be above the ABC, or goods to be supplied are no longer available in the market. A bidder submitting a late bid with a valid cause as determined by the BAP concerned. Valid reason. Due to force majeure and quarantine restrictions. A bidder submitting insufficient securities. Number one, bid security not in the name of the bidder. Number two, insufficient amount and validity period. Number three, not issued in the name of the procuring entity. Submission of not valid filges. The failure of the prospective bidder to submit its filged certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents. Example, legal and financial documents. Valid reason not presented. Failure to submit mandatory forms. Price schedule, bid form, notarized bid securing declaration, notarized omnibus sworn statement. Other required forms in the bid security aside from the bid securing declaration. Statement of the bidder of all its ongoing government. Private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Stated as a bidders competition and NFCC are committed line of credit for goods. Notarized joint venture agreement or notarized statements as to forming GB for goods. Certification as to reciprocity to foreign bidders for goods. Special pick-up license for joint venture for infrastructure. DUPA and cash flow for infrastructure. Valid reasons not acceptable. For CSD, failure of contract agreement, curriculum detail. Valid reasons not accepted. Submission of the following required forms is indicated in the 6th edition of the Philippine bidding documents without the name, legal capacity, and signature of the bidder authorized representative. Number one, bid form. Number two, price schedules. Number three, bid securing declaration. Number four, omnibus sworn statement. And number five, GBA. Valid reasons not acceptable. Nomination of key personnel of different profession as the requirement of the bidding document. Valid reason not applicable. Failure to submit proof of ownership, lease, purchase agreement of pledged equipment. Valid reason not applicable. Failure to submit certification of key personnel, Department Order 9 Series 2012. Valid reason not applicable. Failure to comply with the required number of key personnel and equipment. Valid reason not applicable. Participating in the bidding but not create a business type as indicated in the mayor's permit for goods. Valid reasons not applicable.
And additional information for our prospective bidders. So these are the scheduled procurement activities for the present projects. For issuance or downloading of bidding documents, that will be on June 17, 2025 until 3 AM. Website and projects website. And for the receipt of bids or document documents, deadline will also be June 17, 2025 until 8 AM. And for the schedule of the open bid, we have submission of bids. And for six, the required category is PLC, and buildings construction without Whereas, and Sharon, this is a sample of the technical and financial documents to be submitted. Supporting to be held and so that's secure.
Thank you. Legal Committee, for that. So, since we don't have any more agenda to be discussed, any motion for the adjournment of this meeting session?
Mr. Chair, I move for the adjournment of the security conference for civil works dated June 4, 2025.
I seconded, Mr. Chair.
Since it was moved and seconded, I declare this meeting conference for civil works dated June 4, 2025